Welcome to Becoming series. This episode is different and it is intentional. We are not covering this topic in one sitting. We are breaking into three focused versions because this is not something you hear once and move on from. It is something that quietly shapes how you grow, how you move, and ultimately, who you become. In version 1, we are building the foundation. What social capital is, where it comes from, and how to understand it properly. In version 2, we will step into reality. How it actually shows up in your career, your environment, and your day-to-day growth. And in version 3, we will move into execution, what you can start doing intentionally to build it. So today, we focus on understanding. Because if you misunderstand this concept, everything else becomes guesswork. Welcome to Social Capital. Raise your hand if you have ever been told this. Just work hard, put your head down, and you will be successful. For most of us, that becomes the formula. You go to school, you build your skills, you show up early, you do everything you are supposed to do. But then, you hit a wall. You step back and realize you are busy, consistent, and doing the right things. Yet, your career feels stuck. You are not lacking potential. You are not lacking work ethic. So, why are you not moving forward? Because the truth is, hard work is only half the equation. Success is not just about efforts. It is deeply connected to your networks. Today, we are unpacking the invisible engine behind real career growth, social capital. Before we talk about how to use it, we need to understand where it comes from. One of the most influential thinkers on this topic is Robert Putnam. He studied how societies function and noticed a consistent pattern. Communities with stronger relationships perform better. When people are connected and trust each other, information flows faster. Support becomes natural. Systems function more efficiently. His insight was simple but powerful. Relationships are not just social, they are productive. And more importantly, the strength of your relationships determines the strength of your opportunities. Welcome once again. So, what exactly is social capital? The simplest way to understand it is to compare it with something you already know, human capital. Human capital is what you know, your education, your skills, your experience. It is your engine. Social capital, on the other hand, is who you are connected to. It is built on relationships, trust, and networks. If human capital is your engine, social capital is the road you drive on. You can have a Ferrari engine, but if you are parked in a swamp, you are not going anywhere. At its core, social capital is relationships plus trust, networks, value. But to understand it properly, you need to go one layer deeper. Social capital is not just about people. It is made up of three structural elements. 1. Resources. What exists in your network? Every network contains value. This could be information, access, opportunities, influence. The question is not just who you know, it is what exists within the people you know. 2. Structure. How your network is built? It is not enough to have contacts. What matters is how those connections are arranged. Are your relationships scattered? Or are they connected and reinforcing each other? A strong network is not random, it is structured. 3. Relationships. Quality of trust. This is where most people get it wrong. Just because you're connected to someone does not mean you can access value through them. For social capital to work, relationships must have trust, credibility, consistency. This is what turns a contact into an opportunity. So when you bring it all together, social capital is not about popularity. It is about trusted relevance, who understands your value and trusts it enough to act on it. Why does social capital matter? Because your skills and qualifications are just the baseline. Social capital is what connects you to real outcomes. Social capital influences job opportunities, career growth, visibility, access to information. Let me ground this in reality. As an African professional working in Dubai, a highly diverse global environment, I interact with people from different cultures, systems, and expectations. In spaces like this, social capital operates with an invisible exchange rate.
The value you carried in one environment does not always transfer equally into another. You can be highly skilled, but if you are in a room that does not understand or trust your value, you become invisible. So growth is not just about improving yourself. It is about positioning yourself in environments where your value is understood, recognized, trusted.
That is where social capital begins to work for you. Are you with me? To build social capital intentionally, you need to understand how it shows up in different forms. When you step into a new corporate room internationally, you might have incredible skills. But if you are in an environment that doesn't understand your unique value, you will feel invisible.
Your growth depends on strategically positioning yourself in rooms where your specific value is recognized and trusted. That is the power of social capital.
Social capital takes many forms. There's the support from our close-knit groups, the exposure we gain from diverse networks, the access provided by our connections to authority. To build this effectively, you only need to understand that there are two main types of social capital. First is bonding social capital, your close circle, family members, your close friends. Bonding capital provides strong emotional support, builds loyalty, and gives you a deep sense of belonging. It is your safety net. But if you want to grow, you need the second type, bridging social capital. This involves connecting with wider networks, colleagues, and people who are entirely different from you in their background, industry, or thought. Bridging capital is what connects you to new ideas and new rooms. Bonding is your support system. Bridging is your opportunity system. You need both to survive and thrive. Let's talk about network architecture, the three circles positioned as foundation. To make this practical, you must see your network as a structured system. Number 1. Peer circle, your collaboration zone. People growing alongside you. This is where you build, learn, and collaborate daily. Number 2. Access circle, your growth zone. People slightly ahead of you. They stretch your thinking and expose you to the next level. Number 3. Expansion circle, your vision zone. People operating far beyond your current level. They expand how you see what is possible. The goal is not to force yourself into higher circles. The goal is to prepare yourself to contribute at that level. To build social capital intentionally, 3 things must be present. Clarity, people understand what you stand for. Credibility, people show competence. And last, consistency. People see you over time. Without these, relationships remain surface level. So I want you to look around at your current circle. Look at the rooms you are spending your time in. We often think our networks just happen to us by accident. But if your environment dictates your access to information, your visibility, and your career growth, if your environment shapes your outcomes, then your network is not random. It is a structure. And it is time you start building it intentionally. In the next version 2, we step into reality, how this plays out in your everyday career, and why most people get it wrong. This is becoming. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. This is a deeply researched topic, and I truly appreciate you taking the time to sit with it, reflect on it, and understand it. I want to believe that you now have a clear foundation, that you have taken notes, that you are thinking differently, most importantly, that you are becoming with me. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your presence. God bless you always. Bye.